Hello and welcome back to the Icons of Sin. Chris, we missed last week because you were ill. How are you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, I'm better now. Still a bit sniffly and got a little bit of a cough, but
Yes.
much better than I was because I literally lost my voice completely.
Which is a problem for an audio podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I can do
causes
sign
issues.
language, but I don't know sign language, and there's no camera.
There is a camera. We can go video now if you want, you know. We can do that whenever you want. We could do it right now. I just prefer my avatar to my real face, so it's going to stay there. How are you liking the new layout? Have you seen that we have a fancy new YouTube layout now?
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Yeah.
Chrissy likes it as well. Because obviously, Chrissy got round to watching it before I did, and when I mentioned, I was like, "Oh, it's really good." She's like, "Yeah, I know. You're like a day behind, mate." I was like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah. Well, let's start off with the usuals. What have you been playing, Chris? I mean, you've been ill, but have you been playing some games? Have you played anything?
Well, with my first paycheck from my new job,
Yes,
I
gainfully employed
to-
now.
yeah, I decided to treat myself to Black Ops Cold War.
Black Ops Cold War. So presumably it's a Black Ops game set during the Cold War, or is it a new Cold War?
It is set during the Cold War. I've played a few of the campaign missions, but I bought it for the zombies.
I think a lot of people buy Call of Duty games for the zombies now. Like, just specifically multiplayer and the zombies is like the two things people love the most, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I play still the Modern Warfare, the 2019 one. I'll play the multiplayer in that, or Warzone.
Yeah.
I'll play I will finish the Black Ops campaign, and I'll play the zombies. I'm not too bothered about going in the multiplayer for Black Ops because I've put so much time into grinding for stuff.
Yeah.
On Modern Warfare.
It's the same engine as well, isn't it? It's practically the same.
I think so. But yeah, I probably will give the multiplayer a go in the future. But at the moment, I'm just sticking with zombies because
sounds good.
They've done something that I've always wanted them to do.
So they always do. Is it like it started off? It was just zombies, but then every time they've had like a new gimmick for zombies, they did zombies on the moon. They did zombies everywhere. What's the deal this time? What is Cold War Zombies about?
Well, they've still got the standard little maps where you've got to buy the doors.
Yeah,
and
board
stuff.
up and yeah.
But there's one mode called Outbreak.
Okay.
Puts you in this big map, like an open world kind of sandbox, which is already good. So you have free reign. You don't have to unlock doors and stuff.
Yeah.
There's actual missions to do, like retrieve information or samples, or like protect an area for a certain amount of time, or escort something. And there's separate. That'd be like the main mission, and then there'd be separate world events, like you have to kill so many zombies in this certain area, or there's something. I put it up on Gamers Unite, that video of taking down that massive order thing.
Oh, I did see that. Yes,
it's kind of like a roaming boss.
That's cool. So they've added like mission elements into the
open world, because the little maps can be good for like the wave kind of thing they have. But in this, you can go around like the entire map, because it's a completely open world sandbox, do the missions. Then when you've done the main one, you can either warp to another open world sandbox map, which is different, but everything's slightly harder. So it is kind of the wave things, but it's more open world, and I've always wanted them to kind of do that.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
Instead of, if you don't want to warp to another area and it get harder, you can do the exfil.
Yeah.
Which you have to run to the helicopter and clear the area, but pretty much every zombie on the map is then alerted to you go in there. So it's like a mad rush to get there, and there's like zombies everywhere, and then you've got to clear the area before you can exfil. So yeah, they're making it open world to a degree is amazing, because I've always wanted them to do that.
It sounds like a lot of fun, I must admit. I'm down with that. Have you been playing anything else? Presumably not, because you've been working and being ill.
Pokemon Go, but I don't think that counts.
Oh, Pokemon Go's always fun, though, isn't it? How many Pokemon do you have now? Because I know you had like a nightmarish amount of Pokemon.
Well, I can only hold, I think, unless I pay money to upgrade my storage again, because I've done that a few times. I think I've got like 1,400.
I mean, that's probably enough.
Well, some of them are
quite a few.
Some of them are evolution, some of them are shiny. I've got multiple legendary ones. And then I've got some shadow ones, some purified ones of the same Pokemon. So I still don't have every Pokemon, but I've got quite a few.
Yes. Most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I play it when I walk the dog, so...
Yeah, it's great. It's great that it gets people outdoors, and, you know, if you're walking the dog, it's the perfect game to play when you're walking the dog.
Oh, and there's a Pokestop and a gym by my local pub, so I can sit in the beer garden.
Oh, that's handy. I haven't actually checked for a long time. There was a gym, like, pretty much on my house, like, or near here anyway. It's right next to my house.
Oh, right.
For a long time. I don't know if it's still there. I'm assuming it probably is. I haven't used Pokemon Go for many years, but yeah, there used to be. Well, that is interesting. I have been playing a lot of Open Transport Tycoon. Transport Tycoon, one of the best games ever made, in my opinion. And there's like an open free version online that you can like download.
SimCity, but for
transport. So you don't have to build the cities or anything. The cities are there, and the towns and villages are there. You basically create the transport network, so you can build like bus routes or train. You build like the rail and build the train stations and set the train times and stuff. Planes, boats. You can ship transport materials like ore or steel and coal, that kind of stuff. And it goes through the ages, so you can start off in like the early 1900s, go through to whenever. But
nice.
Yeah, it's great fun. It's great nerdy fun. And some people, because it's community driven, have made like England. So I can just play it in England. You just play the whole of England, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good fun. I've been playing it quite a lot over the last couple of weeks. To the point that I've got my strategy now, which I had a strategy when I was a kid. I can't really remember it. Now I've got it nailed again. I got my strategy back, and it's more fun. It's kind of more fun now that it's playing it in England, and I know all the cities are there and stuff. I managed to get my company absolutely loaded. I think my company's like worth like 25 million at the moment.
Nice.
And I've managed to decrease the population of Bristol down to about 1,500 people, because I've shipped all of them to like Western Supermare. Because you can set routes to like send them. Obviously you can do routes, but if you only do a one-way route, then people only leave and they don't get back. So the population of Bristol has been steadily decreasing. But yeah, it's been so much fun. It's good fun. Every now and again, I think it's nice to play a strategy or a sim game that's a bit more chilled, like a city builder like SimCity or Skylines, cities. Those kind of games, because they're a bit more chill, They're a bit more chill.
Yeah, I've been looking at where the famous lines of the
say it.
When I get a PC, I want to give Factorio a go and stuff like that. Yeah,
I've not got into Factorio. That looks like a lot of fun, I must admit. It does look like a lot of fun, but yeah, I've not got into that myself. It looks very in depth, that game. I imagine that can get quite stressful at times, but I suppose they all can at times, but they're a bit more laid back than the other game I was playing. Or am playing. Actually, I should give a quick shout out. Someone has done a total conversion of TIE Fighter into X-Wing Alliance. And if you're a PC gamer and you loved TIE Fighter back in the day, I've got the big box version behind me. It's one of my favourite games of all time. They've done a massively faithful adaptation. It looks amazing. It plays amazing. Go and download it. Just look up TIE Fighter mod. But aside from that, the game I've been playing the most, aside from Transport Tycoon, is Doom Eternal, which I've gone back to and decided, let's try and complete this game. Because I didn't complete it the first time.
I thought you did.
No, I think I got close. Or maybe it was the expansions I didn't do. Can't remember. Maybe it was the expansions I still haven't
even completed the storyline of the other Doom.
2016?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, I mean, Doom Eternal, I don't know if you played it, but Doom Eternal is way harder, which leads us on to today's topic quite nicely. Today's topic is hard games. And when are hard games good? And when do we think they're bad? And what makes a hard game good and what makes a hard game bad, if that makes any sense? Because I was playing Doom Eternal, and I went through the cycle I went through the first time I played Doom Eternal. I started off finding it very frustrating. Then I figured out the strategy, and I realized what the game was trying to do. Because it's very different to Doom 2016. It's quite different to every Doom game before it, in a way. In that it completely limits the amount of ammo you can hold, and certain enemies need certain weapons, certain combination of weapons to take down. So you can't just, I'm going to walk around with the super shotgun the whole game. That's not going to work. You need to switch weapons all the time, find the right strategies for the right enemies, the right takedowns for the right enemies. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's really, really hard because I normally
more dynamic, kind of. You have to.
Yeah, it's more. It's more like, I guess, in a kind of way, like with Dark Souls, you've got specific strategies for taking down specific enemies or specific bosses. It's like that with every single enemy in the game. So, like, certain enemies are weaker to certain weapons. You've got like the cyber spiders. They've now got a gun on the top which you can stick a grenade to and blow up. You've got like the cacodemons. You can shoot a grenade into their mouth, which is like pretty much an instant kill if you get it into their mouth. Shield, you get enemies with like shields, and if you hit them with the plasma rifle, the shields explode. So there's like every single enemy pretty much, like the Mancubus, which has got like big guns on each arm. You can snipe the guns on each arm, which does massive damage and damages their weapons. And if you basically, it's one of those games where you've got these awesome strategies for taking down each creature. And if you don't use those strategies, especially, I mean, I don't know, maybe on the easier difficulties, but I'm playing on Ultraviolence, and on Ultraviolence...
Oh, of course you are.
If you're not doing those strategies, you just die. I mean, I wish I'd recorded it, because the compilation I could do of the amount of deaths I had early on in this game is insane. But it's fair. Because you've got those strategies and those strategies work, for the most part, the game is fair. And when you die, you're like, oh. But then it's like, oh, but I know where I went wrong and I'm not going to make that mistake again and I'm going to jump straight back in and do it again. And there's a difference between that and games that are just badly made. Just difficult for the sake of being difficult, or difficult because they're broken or not really well balanced. So... What are your thoughts on difficulty in games? Because you like some difficult games. You're a big fan of Dark Souls, for one thing.
Well, if a game is difficult, as you said, just for the sake of being difficult, then that's no fun. There's no reward. Yeah, you can be smug and go, "Oh, I finished this hard game." It's like, yeah, but did you have fun doing it? No,
exactly. Did you have fun doing it? Yeah.
Yeah, with Dark Souls, right? Because I am a massive fan, but
I'm a huge fan.
I wasn't always.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's the thing, isn't it? Because sometimes difficult games turn people off straight away.
Yeah, well, when it came out on PS3, originally,
I think it was PS3. Yeah,
I think it was my sister that had it, and I gave it a go, and I was just like, "No, sod this. I just can't get into it. Can't beat the first boss."
Yeah.
Now I can defeat the first boss in about 10 minutes without even doing the drop down on its head to take half its health thing off.
Yeah, because you know the strategies that work, and you know how to dodge and all of that good stuff.
Yeah, so when it came out on PS4, the remastered version, I was like, sod it, I'll give it another go.
Yeah.
I'll record it as well. Cause
they did a great job with that remaster as well. It looked really good.
Yeah, and I thought, sod it, I'll record it as well, because if I fail and don't get into it, it's still going to be funny.
It's content, yeah.
Yeah, need content.
Absolutely.
And then after a few goes at the first boss, and I realised his like attack pattern, like you've got to roll behind him, and when he goes up to do his aerial like slam, get the fuck away.
Yeah.
When finally entered the proper area, oh, that was it. I was sold.
Yeah, it's that's the thing with difficulty when it's fair, is that it's as frustrating as it can be when you get that strategy and you nail that boss or you nail that area. It's such a cool feeling. You just feel like an absolute badass. You're like, yes, I did it.
Yeah, it's so rewarding to take down like a massive boss that you've been struggling with for ages.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the fun.
Yeah, Dark Souls is hard. But it's a good game. It's immersive. It's in depth. Their way of storytelling is not telling. You read the notes, figure out the lore from mostly the first cutscene and what the other like NPCs say,
and what the other players say. That's one thing I really like about Dark Souls, is that you can leave notes that other players can pick up and see. Which I think is really fun, because, like, you know, other players that have had real hard times can leave a note saying, do this or don't do this. Yeah,
it's hard, but it's fair and it's rewarding, and it is a genuinely good game to play. I know there are people that it's not going to be their cup of tea.
It's not for everyone, no, definitely
but
not.
Obviously it's like a fantasy medieval world, and that's kind of my jam. That's why I'm always like on Elder Scrolls and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's very much your thing.
Yeah,
but you're right.
It's kind of like banging your head against a brick wall sometimes, but
yeah, I mean, I the same with like Doom Eternal. I was literally playing the same area over and over again to begin with. Just like, you know, I was just stuck on a bit, and I'd be there replaying that level for like, you know, I don't know, countless times, that part of a level, and then I'd get past it, and then immediately I'm into another area that I'm in the same problem with, you know, until I found that rhythm and that groove and what strategies worked. It was a nightmare. But it's fair, you know.
Yeah.
But I do think there is a fine line, because, like, for example, with Doom, not Doom Eternal, but, you know, like original Doom and Doom 2, I was always of the mind that I will always play on Ultraviolence. I won't play on Nightmare. And the only reason I won't play on Nightmare is because it's the same as Ultraviolence, but the enemies respawn like every few seconds or something ridiculous like that. And that to me is like, yeah, it's really difficult, but it's just fucking annoying. Do you know what I mean? It's like past the point for me of like being, it's not fun anymore. It's just like, this is irritating, because if I have to backtrack, then I know all the enemies are back there again. And you just feel like you're not making any real progression, because everything you kill just respawns anyway, if that makes sense. So I think there is a fine line, but
see, this is where I think Dark Souls got it right.
Yeah,
like the enemies won't respawn unless you rest at a bonfire or if you die.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that bonfire mechanic. I think that's awesome.
Dark Souls 2 is not a lot of people's favourites, but it is my favourite.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. I'm not sure why they didn't like it. I think there was a few mechanics in there that they didn't like. Like, if you kill a certain enemy like a certain amount of times, they will stop respawning. Oh,
okay. And that's only in Dark Souls 2 that they did that?
As far as I'm aware, yeah.
Okay.
And in Dark Souls 2, if you die and you become like unhollowed, if you don't have anything to like any like I can't remember what it's called in Dark Souls, like in Dark Souls 2 even, like humanity. I think it's different. A human effigy or something to put you back to the human state. You'll have diminished health, and every time you die when you're unhollowed, without reverting back to human, your health bar will slowly get smaller and smaller and smaller.
Oh my god! So the game just gets more and more difficult.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I can see why. I can see why people get annoyed.
It's an extra challenge. It's like, you died. Now you got less health until you can find something to unhollow yourself, and it's like, oh no, you died again. Oh, even less health. Sorry, get good.
Get good. That is the phrase, and I know that phrase is overused and it's kind of become a thing. But sometimes it's true. I had to get good at Doom Eternal. I had to get good. I had to figure out what I was doing, and I had to realize that I couldn't approach it like I could every other Doom game that I've ever played in my life. Apart from Doom 3, which I guess is quite on its own as well. But it's good fun though. It's good fun. I mean, I come from a time of arcades and things, arcade games, and all of that good stuff. Games that were designed to be unfair and take your money. So I've got pretty good patience. Do you like any bullet hell games? Any of that kind of stuff?
Bullet hell. I played a game called Bullet Storm.
No, Bullet Storm's a shooter, a first-person shooter, isn't it?
Yeah, what's Bullet Hell?
Bullet Hell, like spaceship shooters, that kind of stuff. When you've got a lot of a lot of fire going on screen, lasers everywhere, and you have to dodge all the lasers and all of that kind of stuff, like Radiant Silvergun or Donpachi, Ikaruga, that kind of stuff.
No.
I think you'd know what I mean if you saw it. It's usually like top-down spaceship or side-scrolling spaceship shooters, and you just have like weapons fire everywhere that you have to dodge.
Oh yeah, like there was that Meteor game kind of like that.
Probably, yeah.
It was an arcade game, top-down spaceship. There was like meteors and alien spaceships coming towards you, and you got to sort of like move, just constantly fire, kind of weave in and out, and just try and destroy them and stuff.
That's like that. Pretty much the idea. So it's just ridiculous amounts of things that will kill you pretty much instantly on screen that you have to dodge. It becomes less about shooting the enemy. You just hold down the fire button and shoot constantly, and then it's more about dodging the hell of bullets that's coming at you. That's why it's called Bullet Hell, because it's just bullets everywhere that you have to dodge.
Yeah. The only time I played a game like that is actually at an arcade.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much where these kind of things started. Really, it is like an arcade thing where it's like stealing your money to keep you playing, and to make for them to make as much money as they can. They make it as difficult as possible. But I think when it's not, yeah. But then I think when you're not in the arcade and you're not spending that money, once you own a game and you're like, well, I can just play it all the time, there does become that element of, well, it's really hard, but it's a really fun puzzle and I can get better at it. And if I can see with a difficult game what I need to do, then I'm fine with it. If I can see that there's a strategy, if I can see that there is a fairness to it, then it's fine.
Have you actually ever considered playing Dark Souls?
I've played it a bit. I've played it a bit. I haven't played it. Like, the thing is, like, you and Daz are like so far ahead. I own Dark Souls 1.
Have you finished it?
No, I haven't finished it. Maybe I should. Maybe I should stream it.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely watch that. I'll even come in on. You could do like a gaming live stream. Just have my audio in as well, and I could watch it and talk to you at the same time. Dude,
we could totally do that.
I could give you tips.
Maybe we should do that. We could do it. We could do it live icons of that.
Live icons of you playing Dark Souls,
and you commenting while we're playing through it. You can teach me the ropes. That'd be fun. I'm up for that.
That would be fun. I'd actually quite enjoy that.
Well, maybe we should arrange that for our next. We were talking about doing a live stream again soon. Maybe we should do that.
Yeah. What Dark Souls have you got? The first one, or?
Yeah, the first one. I've got the first one. Might be the remastered version. I can't remember.
Yeah. I've actually sunk more hours into the third one, strangely.
I think Daz has as well, hasn't he? Isn't like the third one one of Daz's favourites?
It's not as long. Well, it doesn't feel as long, but that might be because I'm 3 games into the Dark Souls series now, and I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I guess once you know what you're doing, right? And it kind of makes subsequent games a bit easier.
Well, obviously, I'm on my 7th playthrough of Dark Souls 3. I went through Dark Souls 2 3 times, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think I only went through Dark Souls 1 once.
Right.
I think Dark Souls 2, I feel, is the longer game.
Is it? Okay.
I think so. I'm trying to think if that's the one with it's got a bigger DLC. So there's.
Oh, okay. So the DLC makes it longer.
Yeah, but I bought the game with the Year Edition. I didn't realise it was the DLC.
Yeah, so to you, it's just all part of the same game. Yeah.
Yeah. Dark Souls 2 does get a lot of shit, but I reckon it's absolutely amazing.
Well, I mean, you and Daz are kind of for me. You're the source of all knowledge for Dark Souls because I don't know much about it at all.
Yeah,
so.
And then my friend Aaron is my source for all my Dark Souls knowledge because he's I think he's like max level on all 3 games, which is insane.
Right, that's crazy. Yeah.
Well, he dropped something like 4 million souls for me to pick up and use because I don't need them. I can't
just
use them
casually
anymore.
dropped it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Aaron, I know you're listening. Love you, man.
Yeah, Aaron's a regular listener, I think.
Yeah, I'm the next Choncast. I'm trying to arrange for me and him to talk about Dark Souls.
Oh, nice! So there will be a Choncast episode on Dark Souls soon. I like it. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's a real fine line between difficult and annoying. I was thinking back a couple of months ago, I was playing Super Meat Boy, and how much fun I have with that game, even though a lot of the time I'm redoing the same level constantly. And that game trolls you by showing you how many times you've died trying to do the level at the end. You know, when it just keeps showing you all the Meat Boys that you've killed, and you just see them all dying on screen. I love that game. I must play the sequel. I think the sequel's out now. But yeah, that's the kind of thing where I was like, I will spend forever just trying to do that over and over again until I get it right.
There is, again, I wouldn't say it's some bits are hard. I wouldn't say it's hard. I'd say it's more frustrating. Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. So you're not a huge Crash Bandicoot fan, are you? Because
I am.
You are, but you don't think it's aged well. Was that what you said last time? I can't remember.
The Insane Trilogy remastered.
Yes,
it's definitely they've done amazing with the graphics, keeping the levels the same.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do actually read, they have because the old PS1 used to obviously just have like a square hitbox. So even if you kind of hit the ledge, you're still on it. They rounded off all the hitboxes and made it fucking harder.
So it's not the same experience now.
No. Well, I suppose they modernized it. But if you jump on a ledge and say on the screen, your foot's just on the ledge, you're half off, you still fall off. Which in the old one you didn't.
Yeah,
they rounded off the hitboxes.
That is annoying.
Yes,
that is definitely
I am
annoying.
a fan of Crash Bandicoot, and one of my all-time favorite games was Crash Team Racing on the PS1. But
Crash Team Racing's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. But the new Insane Trilogy, I'm gonna have to get it again because I sold it out of frustration. But I want to pay.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get it again and just sort of retrain myself that you need to jump a bit later
to
so
forget forget the PS1 play and take it as a new experience and go from there.
I think we have mentioned before the original 3 on PS1. Actually, was the third on PS2? I'm not sure.
I think they were all on PS1.
Yeah.
The first 3.
Okay, so the original 3 on
I think
PS1,
so, anyway.
I 100%ed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is pretty insane. There's a lot of collectibles in those games because I'm assuming 100% is literally you've collected every single thing.
All the boxes, all the crystals, all the bonus rounds, all the Cortex rounds, all the white gems, which are collecting everything. All the red gems, which are speed trials. Then there's also other speed trials you do. Yes, it took quite a long time, but I did it.
Well, that's pretty cool, man. That's not an easy task, that's for sure.
I did it all. Probably, I think the PS2 just came out when I finished 100% them all, so that was quite a while ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting that they've changed the way the platforming works. Because although, it's remastered and it's nice that it's modernized, I can imagine a lot of PS1 players being really annoyed with that because it's not the way they remember it. Yeah, that's not something I'd really thought about, but I guess they probably just thought, well, naturally we'd round off the hitboxes because we're making it more up to date and better and more accurate. Yeah. But they hadn't considered the detrimental effect that's going to have on all the players that are just like muscle memory with the original Crash Bandicoot and just doing the same thing again, and it just fails miserably now. Interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I hadn't considered that. I think when games get like annoyingly hard is generally like when it's either just difficult, like we said, difficult for the sake of it, when there's no real clear strategy. It's just like, you know, you walk round a corner and you're instantly dead because you got shot straight away. That kind of thing, when you walk into a room with there's no way of knowing there's going to be something here that instantly kills you or something there that will kill you immediately. Those are kind of when it's really annoying. Or the worst for me, the one that will make me just give up on a game, is bad platforming. Like, platforming, when it's good, and I don't mind it being hard, like, you know, Super Meat Boy or the Mega Man series or anything like that, it's fine. But when it's bad platforming, and I don't know how much of this you've experienced, but back in the 90s there was some really ropey platform, especially when games first went to 3D. It was not a good time.
I played a few of them.
Yeah, and I think that's the one that will make me rage quit more than anything else, is bad platforming. That will make me like, I'm done. I can replay a tough game in terms of, like, you know, if it's an FPS, it's really hard. Like I played through Blood on the harder difficulties, didn't I? I said a couple of episodes ago. That's fine, and I'll redo those levels. But when it comes to platforming, after a while I'm like, nope, I'm done. No more of this.
See, I do enjoy platform games, but it's the one game like genre that I'm not very good at platforming, but I enjoy it. Like Shovel Knight.
Oh, you love Shovel Knight, right? Because
I love Shovel Knight, but I'm bad at platforming.
But you're getting better at Shovel Knight, right? You're pretty good. I've seen you play before.
Yeah, well, last time when I streamed it and actually rage quit.
You did actually rage quit. I remember that.
I rage quit live on stream. It's like, bye guys, I am done.
I've had enough. I'm out of here.
Yeah, no, but the rage as well along with it, because I was proper raging at that.
You were.
It was one of the bosses where he flies around the screen. He like throws his scythe around that bounces up and down, and the weather and lightning like kind of flash, and the map goes into dark, so you miss platforms, can't see his attacks coming. And I was like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of difficulty that, you know, I kind of grew up with, is that kind of nonsense. Because I mean, Shovel Knight's very Mega Man inspired. It feels very Mega Man like to me.
It was absolutely amazing game though.
Oh, it's a wonderful game. I absolutely adore Shovel Knight. I think it's one of, I mean, that and Super Meat Boy for me are like the two of the best platformers that have come out in recent decades, I'd say. In terms of like 2D platformers, they're perfect.
I do. It is a platformer, but it's also like a MMO, Maple Story, because that's like a.
I still haven't played Maple Story, and I love. You showed me it. God, probably last year now, and I love the art direction of that game. It looks.
Yeah,
fantastic.
A little like chibi anime style, kind of, like fantasy adventure. It's so
I love that sort of stuff.
Again, back to the famous lines of the Icons of Sin. When I get a PC.
Yeah, when you get a PC.
Yeah, I am definitely starting on Maple Story again. I actually haven't got round to buying any of my bloody PC parts yet, because I was bills, and then I was ill, and then obviously coming off benefits, so that.
Yeah, it's a big stress getting all that sorted. But congratulations on, you know, getting the job and stuff. That's really cool. Yeah. And you know, you're not going to be ill forever. You're feeling better now, so.
Oh yeah, well I was in Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday last week. So. Mm-hmm. Oh, but the week before that, I missed a Monday because I pulled a muscle in my back getting out of bed.
Oh dear! You see, you're getting old now. That's the problem.
Don't say that.
Happens to us all. Don't worry.
I'm 3 years away from 30, so. Not doing too bad.
There you go. Yeah, you're a lot younger than I am, so you've got a few years left in you. Don't worry. But yeah, I really enjoy a challenge in a game. I used to when I was a kid. I always used to just put things on like easy. And
see, I could never. I could never do that. I probably did when I was a kid.
That's what I mean. When I was a kid, I used to. But even then, I mean, back then, I mean, God, I was playing like Commodore 64 and NES, and NES games were punishing regardless. A lot of them didn't even have difficulty settings, so they were still quite hard. But it's funny, like nowadays, I just absolutely love playing a game on a harder difficulty. Then I feel like I'm not getting my money's worth if I play it on easier medium, because I feel like you just breeze through the game and then you get to the end. You're like, oh.
I think when I started playing Call of Duty games, I know they're never really associated with like being hard games, but when I started playing it, I'd always have it in like normal or like something like that. Now I play them. I put it on hardened. I never put it on veteran because that's just insane. But they are quite difficult when I can imagine the realism up.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I can imagine that. I've not played a lot of Call of Duty games. I played the original 2, and I played Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. The first two
Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, Modern Warfare Remastered as well, wasn't there? Didn't they remaster Modern Warfare recently?
That's the one I normally play.
Yeah, I mean, the first one I think was probably my favourite one, that Modern Warfare 1. I think that was fantastic, that game, when I played it.
Ooh, a bit of a wild card for different games, though.
Oh, go on.
Playing Fallout on the realism setting.
I love it. I'm all about it. I was playing, I was streaming back when I used to do the occasional stream on Facebook. I was streaming New Vegas with a realism mod. And I was playing, probably about 6 months ago, I was playing Fallout 4 with a realism mod installed as well, which just ramps up the, because obviously they've added that hardcore mode now. It ups that so that, a headshot will kill you and a headshot will kill other enemies. And that was great fun. It works a lot better in New Vegas than it does in Fallout 4, because I got all the way in Fallout 4 using the realism mod up to the point when you go to get the guy who kidnapped your son, and you go to it with all the synths in there.
Yeah.
And because the realism mod was on, obviously synths aren't going to necessarily die if you shoot them straight in the head first time.
Yeah.
And it just became so difficult then. I was like, oh god, I can't go any further. But I really enjoyed them with that kind of, it feels more survivally when you have the hardcore mode. Have you played much with the hardcore mode?
I've played a few. I've played actually New Vegas is the one I first did the hardcore thing on.
I think it's the first one that had it, because I don't think the first one had it. Sorry, the third one. I don't think the third one had it.
I never remember it, but.
No, I think it might have been added in later, but I think New Vegas was the first one that did the hardcore mode. Because you need to think about a lot of things then. That's way more fun.
Like, another game that I do like and still haven't finished that is like tough. A survival game, but also quite difficult if you can't find like the resources, is the forest, actually. That's surprisingly...
Yeah. And the thing about the forest as well is I think it just gets more difficult the more players you add.
And it gets more difficult the more you cut down trees, the more you disturb the environment, and the more you build.
See, now that was
frequently attacked. The bigger like mutant things come, and it can get difficult because
you made that mistake. I remember.
Yes, and
because you were like, I'm going to focus on base building, and it's like, no, dude, no, it's a trap.
Yeah. Well, my first playthrough, I died of dehydration because to collect water, you need to find a turtle shell.
Yeah.
And I went round like most of the coast, and I think I was doing it at the wrong time or something, but I just could not find a turtle, and I couldn't find fresh water, so I just died.
Oh, way to go.
Yeah.
That game is... I really like the forest. There are some... the thing I like about the forest is how it ramps up. Because at first you're like, oh, it's like these cannibal, tribal cannibals. And that's kind of... It's pretty scary at times. They can jump out at you and stuff. But then it gets really weird with the weird creatures. And you start seeing things. You're like, oh my god, what is that? What is that thing?
I bought the game off of a suggestion that someone... said, I think it was on YouTube, not Twitch. Mm-hmm. Someone said, have you heard of the forest? No. Buy it, don't research it.
Yeah,
play it.
Just go in and play it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it was just like a survival sim, kind of like Rust, because you crashed, woke up, and I was like, all right. And I didn't see any of the cannibals. I didn't know they were there until the first night. I was like, what's that noise? And I turn around, it's right in my face. And it's just genuine trouser accident.
Oh no. And then it got worse, because then you started building up your base, and then all manner of weird creatures started turning up at your door.
Yeah.
Some of those designs are awesome. There's some really freaky, weird things in there.
What, the one that's just like
that big blob
legs
thing? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gross.
I definitely think I need to play that with someone to properly finish the game.
Yeah, it's much more of a co-op experience, I think, to be honest. I'm sure you could do it single player, but it feels like the sort of game you probably need a couple of people for, because people can be dealing with resources and stuff while other people are protecting them, and
Plus, building takes, if you're on your own, it takes
a long time. But then the game's kind of balanced like that, because then if you're building slower, the enemies come at you slower.
Yeah, and it's more realistic. I think like one tree is like 3 logs, which is like, yeah.
I think it probably assumes that if you're building a base quickly, then you've got help, and it'll just send more at you quicker.
Yeah, well, I just decided to put like a spiked wooden wall around my perimeter of my house. I think.
But that's a lot of trees.
Yeah, I think it's something like 900 trees, 900 logs it needed.
Yeah, so...
I did it, but it was very... But I stopped recording about 2 hours in, because no one's going to fucking watch this.
Yeah, just watch you cutting down trees forever.
Yeah, well, people do enjoy Minecraft, so...
They do. Minecraft's a bit quicker, though, I think. Or maybe it's not, actually.
Sad news, though. There was an update, and our world is gone.
Ah, no. It's all right. We could start again.
Start afresh.
We should probably start afresh soon.
Yeah, I can't even remember what we were doing. We were looking for the end? No, yeah.
Yeah, we were going to try and complete it. We were going to try and complete Minecraft.
Oh, you won't even get to see all the cool shit I built. I built like a massive wizard tower.
I know, you told me about all these things, and then we hadn't had time to do it, and I hadn't seen any of it.
Yeah, an underground passage that linked our bases and linked it to another underground base they made out of glass.
Ridiculous. See, we need to get back into this.
Yeah,
this is another thing we can live stream. We could live stream some. Yeah.
Does Daz have Minecraft? We get him on.
I don't know if Daz has Minecraft. He probably does. We can. Doesn't everyone own Minecraft? Is there anyone that doesn't own Minecraft at this point?
True.
Who has who has a PS3 upwards or a PC? Everyone's got it, I would imagine.
So we've got a Dark Souls and a Minecraft stream.
Brilliant. Yeah, I am up for that. I think that...
Would you actually be able to stream like your gameplay of Dark Souls, but with my audio in as well, like this, like we're chatting? Can you do that?
Yeah. I was ready on the anniversary. I was ready to play a game while we chatted on that anyway. I had games lined up.
I think that it worked out nicer just to chat. But
well, that's why I didn't bother. So I basically had games ready in case we ran out of things to say, or there weren't many people, or people wanted us to play a game. So I was like, I had games ready. But luckily, obviously, it went so well we didn't need to worry about it. But yeah, I have it set up so I can play a game. We can play games.
Awesome, because that'd be good, because we could just talk how we normally are right now, but also talk about the game as we're playing.
I'm up for that.
As you're playing, that'd be amazing.
Well, maybe we should try and get that set up for next time.
Yeah.
We could do next time we do an Icons, we could do it while playing Minecraft. We can pick a subject, because Minecraft's one of those, like, it's a bit more chill anyway, you know.
So it'd be less of an Icons sort of a podcast, more of a Icons play games kind of thing.
Icons play games and also chat about a subject while we're doing it, probably, because we don't have to worry too much.
Oh, hello, puppy.
Oh, you got a puppy there. We don't have video on, so I can't see him. But her.
I just heard her tag waggling.
Ah, yeah.
She's in the room somewhere. Don't know
She's
where.
so small though. That's the problem. She's just sneaking around.
She likes to hide under the bed, because we got like our summer duvet under there. Mm-hmm. So she just goes in and just lies on it.
Yeah, well, fair enough. So, are there any other hard games that you enjoy, or any thoughts on hard games? This has been kind of a rambling episode, really, but I quite enjoyed it. It's been fun.
Outlast, the first one. That's
Yeah, that's a hard game. I mean, a lot of horror games are quite hard because a lot of them are almost instant death if you mess up. Games like Penumbra and those kind of games, Amnesia, Alien Isolation, Outlast.
I think I'm going to have to try and get Alien Isolation again and replay it. Cause,
you should, man. But there's
a lot of door slamming going on in this.
Those games obviously are instant death. If the alien catches you, you're just dead. You're not gonna until later in the game. And the same with Outlast, really. If you don't hide from an enemy, you're dead, and then you start again. It's a very quick learn, that one.
Any other games you can think of? Because
there's a lot of hard games. I remember, and for example, TIE Fighter, which I was playing the fan remake of earlier today. Really, really tough game. Because it's a sim of TIE Fighters, and TIE Fighters don't have shields, or didn't have shields. I don't know if they do now. They didn't have shields, so you just get shot down and you die very quickly, a lot. Especially in the middle of a battle, because you've got, if you're fighting X-Wings, if an X-Wing flies into you, their shield gets damaged, and you just get splattered. So, you die almost immediately. Those old sims, especially flight sims, really hard. That's like a difficulty level. I mean, like playing the old World War II fighter plane games, those so tough. So tough on harder levels, especially when they're proper sims. Because in reality, it's very difficult to shoot down other planes.
Yeah, that reminded me, I have a game on here. It's Air Conflicts Pacific Carriers. It's like World War II based flying game.
Mm.
And it's currently uninstalled, but
yeah.
Was
that out of rage?
It's fun. It's quite hard because there's certain maneuvers, like you got to do like a dive bomb and release the bomb and thing, and I could never get the hang of it. Mm-hmm. And dogfights, as in Star Wars Squadrons, I lose the enemy because I'm not used to like.
You were saying about that before, yeah. You struggle with the flying around bit,
I'm a good pilot. It's just finding the enemy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially with the old World War II sims. Obviously, there's no lock on or anything like that. You have to kind of find them. At least with something like TIE Fighter, obviously, is set in a fantasy, science fiction setting, and you can just lock on an enemy, and you've got them locked, and you can just follow them. Follow the arrow to find out where they are. But those old World War II sims and World War I sims and like Red Baron and all those old games, you just had to try and find them, and it's not that easy. I don't think I've heard that game though. I'll have to give that a look at that one.
I think I bought it like years ago because I wanted Ace Combat but couldn't afford it. This was not the Ace Combat that I really want now. It was an Ace Combat before because I really wanted a flying game. Yeah. And I saw this for like $5, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll do that.
And it was a bit hard.
It's fun though. I do like. This is why I want. When I get a PC, I want to get the Microsoft Flight Sim because I just do like flying.
Oh, Flight Sim is great. That's a series that's so much fun. And the new one, I've not played the new one, but I've seen footage of it, and it looks incredible. The new one has actual live flight paths, so you can literally see a plane flying over, and you can find it in Flight Sim.
That's cool.
And start piloting that plane that's flying over your house. Not for real, obviously, but start flying the plane. If you see the plane flying over your house and you can go to that plane, it may not be the same model of plane, obviously, if it's not in the system or whatever, but there will be a plane up there and you can look at it on the system and select that plane and then take that plane in the game yourself and fly it from where it was currently, or roughly where it is currently. It's awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
And what I like about those games is like they're really good at scaling the difficulty. Like you can go for full sim, which is really complicated. You've got to think about a lot of things, or you can turn it right down and just have a really relaxing flying experience.
As you said, it is a flight sim, so full simulation would be like actual pilot level. Yeah,
you have to think about a lot of things. But you can tone it down to where it's more arcadey and just a bit of fun, and you can just enjoy the sights. Because it's a very relaxing game, Flight Simulator. They're some of the nicest looking games, you know, as you just look out across some nice mountains or something as you fly through them.
That's what I used to do on GTA 5. I would like leave servers over and over again until I found one that was just me or just me and one other person. And literally, I'll just get in a plane or a helicopter and I'll just fly about.
I used to like...
That's what you do in GTA 5, a game that you can run over and kill people and shoot hookers. No, I just want a nice relaxing flight.
It was one of the first things I did in GTA 5, because when it came out, I was blown away at how good it looked. Because when GTA 5 came out, it was pretty impressive. I remember just driving out into the hills and just watching the sunset. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, you know, it just looks incredible. And then I think I got killed by a cougar or some kind of wild cat. Because I drove up to the Hollywood Hills and I was like, oh, look, this is a nice sunset. And then just got killed by a tiger thing. Like, oh, great. It's like a bobcat or something.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, GTA 5 is still a good game. There's a reason why it's still around.
Yeah.
The same as things like Skyrim. Like, people always mock Skyrim, but it's like, well, there is a reason why it's still ported to every single system under the sun. Because people still love to play it.
I tried again recently, and I don't know what it is. There's something I can't place about it that I just can't get into it like I have done with other Elder Scrolls games.
That's interesting, isn't it? Because you love Elder Scrolls Online, and
Oblivion and stuff like that. Yeah, I absolutely love Morrowind.
I wonder what it is.
I love it. I don't know. I can't place it, which is the most annoying thing. Because if I knew what it was, I'd be like, oh right, it's this aspect. But I can't place it.
Someone should release, if there isn't one already. We need a co-op mod for Skyrim. That would be amazing.
That'd be cool. I think I'd be into it then.
Yeah, because you could get someone else to come around with you, and we could have some fun.
I do want to try and find someone who's up for playing this Outbreak Zombies with me, just on like a private thing, just me and someone else, because that would be quite fun.
If it's cross-platform, I'll look into it. I think it probably is.
Well, it's Black Ops. Yeah, it's gonna Call of Duty. It's gonna be cross-platform.
Maybe I'll look into it. Maybe we could do that.
Yeah, but that's like a £60 game just for one.
Well, I'll wait for it to come down in price. You know.
Yeah, I
am a cheapskate.
Waiting for like a year, and it hasn't.
Oh, okay. Maybe not then. But I will join you for some Minecraft, dude. We'll do that live. We'll do some Minecraft live.
Yes, Minecraft, and I'm looking forward to this Dark Souls one. That'll be fun, seeing how your play style differs from me. Because obviously I've watched Let's Plays and stuff, but I never seen someone live and how they play it.
Well, given that I've barely ever played it as well,
it's gonna be hilarious. Then.
I've played it a bit, but yeah. Well, I'm up for this.
Who's got thousands of hours into it.
You can show me around. It'll be fun.
I can give you directions.
Yeah.
And tips.
And we'll do that one as a live stream, and then I think the Minecraft one we'll just do as an episode, and we'll just record and see what happens. But
we'll just if we do it live as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people can ask us like they do on the live stream, but we'll be playing games as well.
Yeah, playing games sounds good to me.
That might be a bit weird audibly though. Because obviously,
I can tidy it up. Don't worry.
Yeah, as you say, because I'm going to have this microphone, which it's okay when the Mac's playing, but this is why I got recorded with headphones on. Because if the sound's coming out of the TV, you get a mad echo, and then you're going to get that plus the Mac. Yeah, might be a bit messy.
Well, I always have headphones on when I'm recording, so that's never a problem.
I've got a headset with a new headset for my birthday with a microphone.
There you go. Problem solved.
Oh, my brain's not working today.
Well, you are still ill, and we appreciate you coming on and doing the show.
Oh no, I was gutted to message you last week saying that I really can't do it.
Oh, it's
I
all
love
good.
doing the show.
Oh man, me too. And we will be back in 2 weeks' time. I don't know whether we're going to do that one live. Maybe we will. We'll have a chat about it.
Yeah, we'll have a chat.
But this has been fun, man. It's been nice catching up. You got any plans to play anything in the coming days?
More Cold War? Sorry, Poppy was chewing on my pillow.
Oh.
Play anything in the coming days.
More zombies.
Yeah, well, I'm actually playing a game right now on a solo version. It's just paused. Mm-hmm. It's been paused the entire podcast.
What are you playing?
Zombies.
Zombies. Oh, okay.
I think I might give The Witcher 3 another go.
You should. The Witcher 3, fantastic game.
And I don't know, I was going to have a browse around CEX, see what deals they got on.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find some good deals. Get yourself a bargain. Sounds good. But I think that's about it from us this time, and we will be back in 2 weeks with another topic and maybe a live stream. But we'll be in touch about that if we are.
We'll have a bit of a chin wag.
Yeah. But until then, we will catch you next time. Enjoy the football tonight. This will probably be published just before that happens. So enjoy the football if that's your thing. And we'll catch you next time.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.